Hello, everybody. Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. My mustache is... Interesting how my facial hair grows. So we'll see who comes on. There's Susan. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, Susan? Good, I hope. Lots to talk about today. Someone else is on too with you, Susan. Susan, I think today I stole one of your postings. I don't remember which one it is, but I think it was pretty good. I'm good. I had some amazing conversations with Spirit today, so it's a good day, even though it's cold and snowy outside. You know? Yeah. Yep. Well, that'd be great. Yeah, today is nice for us Capricorns because Saturn, which is our ruling planet, which is restrictions and structure, left our sign today and went into Aquarius for the next 2.5 years, which is my rising sign. But it won't be back to Capricorn until I'm 90 years old. So bye-bye and good riddance. Yep, goodbye and good riddance. Because, hey, Beverly, how's it going? Yep, so, yeah. So I think that's why today is different energy. Hi, Sherry. I just saw the picture of your mom and you. Oh my God, your mom hasn't changed at all. She looks like the same lady. Hey, Tracy, how's it going? So tell her hello for me, Sherry, please. And the picture of your family is wonderful. It's wonderful. Yep. Good times up in Island Lake, huh? Growing up? For sure. For sure. Yeah. Hey, Michelle. How's it going? How's it going? How's Chicago? Yep. Yeah, Sherry. Sherry's a person that I grew up with. I grew up in Jackson. She was from Parma. And they had a cottage, a house, on the same lake that we had up just north of Gladwin, all growing up. So, yeah, you know. So, yeah. I had an amazing childhood growing up in the summertime at the cottage. Yep, it was great. Carefree days, baby. Carefree days. No telephone, no cell phones, no nothing. We barely had electricity. Out in the middle of nowhere. Yep, on a private lake. It was fun. Yep, it was fun. Yep, sitting around the campfire, and yeah, we miss you guys too. Definitely. Yeah, you get in touch with Martha if you can. She's working from home, so yeah. So, yep, it was a good time. It was a great time. So, Michelle, why does Chicago suck? Just because it's Chicago and you're home? Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, so. Oh, cool, you and Martha text? Awesome, good. That's good. Yeah, because I know she talks about you often, so, you know. Exactly, Michelle says. Yeah, it's Chicago. Chicago's great if you don't live there, you know? I mean, I have fond memories of living there 3 different times in the past 30 years, you know? But the last one was tough. That's when I met Michelle. Yeah, so. All right, take care of yourself. Tell your mother hello for me, okay? Please. Hey, Kathy. So we'll see a few more people pop on here. Spirit's got like 3 things we're going to talk about. Like I said, today has been a pretty good day so far with energy and things because, Kathy, you'll understand this. Saturn left Capricorn today, and which is our ruling planet, which is structure and stopping us from moving forward and just putting the pressure on us to change. So us Capricorns feel free today. And it doesn't come back for 30 more years. Unfortunately, it went into Aquarius, which is my rising sign in my birth chart. So not as controlling as it is in Capricorn. So it's been a crazy 2.5 years, that's for sure. Man, oh man. Everything in my life has completely changed except for Lee and the dog. So it's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. Yeah. So I'm good, Catherine. Today's a good day. Today's a really good day. Yep. So wait till a few more people pop on, because what time is it here? We're getting more time. Okay, it's 5 after. Okay. So let me get my thoughts straight with him. Okay. Oh, Beverly, Bailey's okay. Today he's kind of sluggish. He had breakfast at 2 o'clock, and he just crawled out of our bed in the bedroom after a couple of hours, and now he's in the swivel chair, crashed on his blanket. Yeah, he has more bad days than good days. But hey, Veronica, but he's okay. Yeah, he's okay. He's still a love bug, right? He doesn't like the cold, doesn't like the snow. Yeah. So, Veronica, how are you? I saw your posts and things on Facebook, so I liked them and checked out more stuff on your page. So that's awesome. Awesome. So, first thing Spirit wants to talk about, and we had this conversation this morning, which is kind of cool because I don't know a whole lot, right? And that's not discounting myself at all, because I'm pretty freaking smart when it comes to doing this, right? Because I just allow it, right? It just flows through me. So Spirit had an interesting tidbit. We had a conversation about next year and beyond, okay? And Veronica, I'm great. I'm great. It's snowing and it's cold, which I hate, but we won't be here that much longer. So he was talking about now and in 2021, that especially in 2021 and beyond, that the things we're used to doing, the things we're used to eating, the places that we used to enjoy visiting, will not be what we want anymore. Okay, that at this moment, chakras are being updated. Okay. And we have nothing to do with that, right? We don't have to pay attention. We don't have to intensify. Don't have to go in and meditate on it. Nothing like that at all. Okay? So as we come out of this next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? And we transition into 2021, and especially at the inauguration, we're going to feel a sense, if we haven't felt it already, a sense of lift, Spirit says. Okay? And understanding that 2020 had a purpose, okay? And we've talked about that, right? How it was to get rid of your routine. It was to isolate you, to make you look at yourself. It was, and also he says, when you were in isolation, when you were by yourself, when you're with your family, wherever it is, and you were not in the routine, you were much easier for us, meaning Spirit, to update things, chakras, other things, right? And also he says, with the work that you did, that only intensified the change, okay? So understanding that as we go forward, right, as we move into 2021 and 2022, but especially 2021, we're gonna feel a difference, right? Not only outside of ourselves, but inside of ourselves, right? He says there'll be more knowing, okay? More understanding, more knowing, more love. But there will still be the antagonists, he says. Okay? Hi, Amanda. We have to book your appointment. I keep forgetting to book that appointment for you. And understanding that aggravation, that antagonist, that those people will slowly dwindle as we get closer to 2022, 2023, 2024. Okay? The universe is taking care of that, Spirit says. Okay? They're narrowing it down. okay? And it can be a couple of ways, right? It can be by having people see and understand more that what they've been doing for the last couple of years, they were in a trance, and he says to come out of the trance. There's others that will perish, okay? Not in any big cataclysmic thing, but sorry guys, but and then also some people will take small steps, okay? The antagonist will still exist. The antagonist will still do their dastardly deeds. That's also with people in our government. But the majority of us, the majority of the planet, all right, will understand and feel a happier energy, a nicer energy. Thank you, Amanda. You know, I mean, all of the things that we've worked through for the past 12 months, even before that, Spirit says, right? We'll notice the difference in 2020, especially January, February, March, okay? Although we will still be in kind of a lockdown situation, and it's winter anyway, so who cares? We're going to be inside anyway. That more knowing is being activated, he says, okay? Even if you know it or not, even if you're not a person who follows my videos or follows Lori Lipton or follows anybody, right? Anybody who does what we do, just average people, right? Muggles, as I call them, they're going to get updated also. But don't expect miracles, he says. Okay, that's going to take time. All right? So we just have to make sure that we understand and pay attention and appreciate the difference. Okay? Because I find it fascinating that they're updating our chakras. I think that's phenomenal. And I also find it interesting that the things that we used to do, right, like vacations to certain places that we enjoyed because we could relax, they will no longer serve us, okay? The foods we used to eat, right? Changing the way that we eat, changing our diets, what we drink, okay? How much we socialize, and who we socialize with, he says. Will for some people, he says, it will change like that. I can't even snap, like that, right? For others, it will take more time because they're not as receptive as those of us who are more well-connected, okay? So it is super, super important to understand that we acknowledge that, right? That we understand it, that we feel it, that we embrace it, Spirit says. Because that's what it's all about, right? Is embracing how we feel. Is it going to be all good? Well, it's never all good, right? I mean, we still have stuff we have to work on. We still have stuff we have to do. And that is something that is never going to change. You know, as I've said before, Spirit has said, I'm going to be doing this till the day I freaking drop dead. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. So don't expect it to be doing anything else. And that's talking, okay? And understanding that a perpetual change, Spirit says, is near. I mean, it's going to happen, right? And more and more humans will seek knowledge. They'll seek more knowledge, okay? So, and that's a good thing, right? I know. And he says, embracing them and not shunning them because everybody's at a different level, okay? Everybody's at a different level. And what I mean by that is I meet people all the time, right? Either on Facebook, like on FaceTime, or on Facebook clients and things like that. But even people that I know, right? That I've known for a few years. Everybody is at a different level of their knowledge, at a different level of their schooling, Spirit says, right? And we have to keep that in mind because there's many people who watch these videos who are more ascended than others are, that watch the same videos, because that's the way it works. Going into the future, it's not herd, H-E-R-D. It's individuals and the collective, right? And understanding. And there's a difference, Spirit says. The herd is just a dumb herd, right? We just follow the leader. We don't have a thought. And if we do, we keep it to ourselves. because we don't want to be outcast. We don't want to be shunned, he says. But going into 2021 and beyond, he calls it the 2020s, okay? That's going to quickly, he says, is going to be different. Only we have to embrace it, right? We have to take our ego mind, which it still is, right? And if we haven't really started to control it, that we understand what it's trying to do is keep us back in third dimensional energy, because it doesn't understand fourth dimensional energy. Because for the past 12,000 years, we've been in 3D energy, right? Our souls have been in 3D energy. So ego does not know what that is, does not know what that carefree, light, airy, wonderful, flowy energy is. And it's going to want us to go, wait a minute, I don't know if we want to go forward there. I think we need to stay back here where I'm comfortable. And that's not the way to do it, right? So as you regain more knowledge, he says, life will change. Life will shift, he says, along with the environment in which human lives in, which is true, right? But we have to be conscious as possible, to not buy into ego's BS, right? We've got to be conscious enough. And is it going to happen all the time? No. Guess what? We're all human beings. We're all those people, right? I mean, I try as much as I possibly can, but sometimes it sneaks up on me. And then one day in, I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh my God, because it will shroud itself in something else. Ego's a master, my friends. It is a master of deception. Okay? And that's lower ego. Higher ego is your highest good, right? Your higher self. And it is all in flow. Well, we in the third dimension, that our souls that were brought up in the third dimension, have struggled and thrived and had conflict and had restrictions and all kinds of things, but we always made it up to where we needed to be in that lifetime, right? Through the zodiac signs, right? So understanding that ego's going to try to go, well, wait a minute, we don't want to go there. All this new age stuff. And you're human, I'm telling you, your human energy, your human thoughts, your human imagination, he says, everything is going to shift. It's going to shift, okay? He says 2021 will be miraculous. Miraculous. I'm looking forward to it, right? I mean, anything's better than 2020. But I will say, I learned a lot. I think everybody did, good or bad, right? Right? And there's some who haven't learned. They believe they are this thing, but they don't know that for a fact. See? So, hey Lydia. So it is super, super important to understand that as we go into 2021, that we are as conscious as possible, that we understand that our human system, right? Our chakras, our energy, everything that's attached to that has been upgraded, thankfully, because they need to prepare us for fourth dimensional energy, right? So that I'm telling you, I know he keeps saying, because you're still going to want to have your feet in the mud, right? That's being unconscious, right? Being conscious is, oh, I got to get what? Oh my God, why am I dragging? What do I need to do? Do I need to do a Steve Noble meditation? Pardon me. Do I need to talk more to spirit? Do I need to have more conversations? That's a yes, okay? That energy out of your body. The I know. He says the energy that human holds is the mud, right? How cool is that? It's because when you feel it, and you don't understand it, that's you being in the mud. Because I'm telling you, we're going to get challenged in 2021 with old things. I mean, I'm going to be 61 in 3 weeks, which is freaking crazy to me because I think I'm like 35, but I'm not. So if I think about that, being 60 years old now, and how much things have changed, and how much I have overcome, and how pretty great 75% of my life has been fantastic, right? I mean, and I'm very blessed. Very, 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 very blessed. I am so thankful, and I'm filled with gratitude, and I'm so thankful for where I'm at now in my life, right? But I can look back, and I can and do things still come from my past To my space, yes. Yes. Okay? They come in all kinds of ways. Remembrances of people from my childhood, remembering things with Sherry at Island Lake that we shared. Their parents had a cottage. It was a house. My parents had a house, right, on this private lake, which is beautiful. You could see the fish in the water. The water was so clean. Again, we had amazing times. Barely had TV. So it was pretty much just a chill, right? And that was in the 60s and 70s and even the 80s, right? So, and my dad sold in 88, I think, or something like that. Maybe 90 after my mom died. But again, things from my past I'm having remembrances of those. Again, I believe it is not only, spirit and my guides clearing my memory banks, right? But also having me remember things, ego sometimes, grabbing hold of that and wanting me to stay deeper in that, which is not me at all, right? Chimes. I can notice it like that. I'm like, oh, no, we're not going back there. No, it was good. It's over with. Thank you for the remembrance, but it needs to go away. Okay? We have to do more of that. Hey, Marcia, how are you? Again, we have to do more of that, right? We have to be conscious, because what can happen is, hey, Nicole, we can get down a rabbit hole of remembrances, right? We can be in a place and we can have all these remembrances from our time with that person, right? Like myself with Nicole, having conversations with Marcia. Again, I've known Nicole for 30 years, right? I think it's 30 years, 20, 25. Again, it's okay to have those thoughts, right? But you can't get stuck in it, especially as we move to 2021, because the energy is going to be so different that we're going to go, what the heck, sometimes. I was going to say something else, but right? Again, like we did this year with, okay, why are we in shutdown? Why do I feel claustrophobic? Why? Again, being conscious of that, right? Not just going out without a mask and saying, screw it, I know I'm not, okay, well, that's not the thing to do. I'm glad that people didn't do that. They were scared. And sometimes fear in that sense can work, right? But in our daily lives, it does not work. But ego's going to use that against you, right? So as we move forward into the fourth dimensional energy in 2021 and beyond, right? It's lighter, it's fluffier, it's happier. Spirit says it's much more sunny, right? Again, disposition, right? Energy. It's much more appealing, he says, which is true, right? And we had spots of that, right? It's so very, very important to understand that the more conscious that we are, tell her, hello, Zoe, that it is so very, very important that we understand that we have to be conscious of that. Now, Spirit also says, if you remember summer of this year, right? This kind of goes back to Saturn going into Aquarius, right? I hate to go backwards, but he's showing me this, and I need to say it. That it was a pretty good summer, okay? That is what Saturn moving into Aquarius does for us. It's brand new energy, right? It lifts the doom and gloom, because Saturn, especially in Capricorn is the government. Capricorn is anything structural. That's why we love structure. We love everything to be planned, okay? And with Saturn there, it kind of puts restrictions on top of restrictions. So now that it's moved on to Aquarius, it will be like our summertime we had this year in Michigan, okay? Which is pretty freaking good. It was nice and warm. It was hot. It was sunny most of the time. Not a lot of rain in the daytime. It was pretty freaking good. So that's what we can look forward to in 2021 and beyond. Hey Otis, how you doing? So he says I don't know what this is about. He says PowerPoint. I don't know what that is. It's all about, this year was about upgrading our chakras, having us look at what we digest, having what we eat, how our digestive system has changed, how our bodies have changed, getting rid of freaking shame about eating, okay, which is true, because human is too Human is too worried about looks and not about themselves. This is a time of feast for most people. This is a time of change, time of hibernation, he says. And during hibernation in the north, your body's going to put on pounds. You're going to eat whatever you can because, again, interesting, just like bears do before they hibernate, just like the Canadian geese do in Michigan, they eat constantly. The chipmunks and the squirrels bury nuts because they need something to eat to keep them fat. They need to be fat going into wintertime, right? So as we move into the new energy of the fourth dimension, as we go further and further into the 2020s, right? Everything will be right. Everything will be balanced. And you will be challenged to balance also. Okay? Does that make sense? Right? Because we have to do our part. They're not going to do it for us, you guys. They're never going to do it for us. Plain and simple, never, ever, ever, right? You may give up for a minute, but guess what? They're going to be like, excuse me, but you need to pay attention. Excuse me, they're going to, okay? Unless ego's involved, he says, and that can be a month-long process. Again, being conscious, right? Understanding that, okay, I can have a pity party for a couple of hours, but you know what? An extra 5 pounds ain't gonna make that big a difference. 10 pounds is gonna make that big a difference because, again, that's psychological, he says. It's all in your mind of who you think you are supposed to be. Well, that's bullshit. You need to kick that out the door, right? Because what you think you're supposed to be was taught to you as a child. Plain and simple. Taught to you from your parents, from what they said to you and about you, or about you to other people, what other people said to you, what the TV that you watched said to you, the magazines that you read growing up and into your 20s and 30s, maybe even today, okay? That's all bullshit, okay? It is. Again, trust me, skinny little gay boy from Jackson, Michigan, very feminine in the 60s and 70s. No role models, no nothing, right? Went through my thing, right? And eventually what happens is we learn to love ourselves. We learn that the way that we look is fine. And every day it gets better and better. Is there pushback? Of course there is. Because the people in your life go, aren't you a little heavy? Or, you gain a couple pounds, huh? Stop. I ain't worried about that. Again, not caring what people say about you is one of the biggest things ever. Who gives a crap, right? Sorry guys, I catched out there. I don't know what's up with our internet. It's been messing up lately. So it's their problem, not yours. Okay? So Veronica says every day it comes pictures from my childhood, memories for 50 years ago, special memories that I have not think of. Exactly. They just come. And that's what they're supposed to do. It is our job not to get emotionally tied to them where we spend 5, 6, 7, 8, a whole day thinking about our past, right? It's okay to go through photo albums and things like that. That's fine, right? Remember sizzle's good. But then you put the photo album back in the box in the closet, right? Right? There's no pictures up on your walls about what you were doing when you were 10 or 12. That's not the way to do it. Because that energy that's in those pictures doesn't serve you, okay? Just like thinking what somebody thinks about you matters, okay? I mean, and I will tell you this is one of the things that Spirit wants me to talk about is when people called me faggot growing up or femme or whatever they did, gay boy, sissy, all this other crap, right? Did it make me angry? Yes. But it fueled me to prove them wrong because they thought I was weak, okay? Now, at 60 years old, am I glad that I did that? Oh, hell yeah. Was it the right way to do it spiritually and psychologically? No. But I didn't know that then, right? In 1970, 1962, 1968, 19 whatever, right? People didn't know about this stuff. Certain people did, but not many. Yep. See? So again, as we evolve, as we move forward, we can look back at what powered us, right? Or what didn't power us. and understand that that no longer serves us going into 2021, going into the 2020s, right? Energy is going to be different. So we have to really pay attention and take care of ourselves, right? Hey, Pauline, we really have to take care of ourselves. We have to really understand that what we did in the past no longer serves us. Going on vacation where we went every single year is not going to feel the same. It's not going to be such a good time anymore. Why? Because the energy is different. Your chakras are different. Your brain is different. Your spirituality is different. Hey, Susan. Everything is going to change in 2021, right? The cocktail you love, guess what? It might be the cocktail at the end of 2021, right? Or the beer, or the Kool-Aid, right? Again, everything is going to change in our human bodies, and they're in the process of updating us, all right? So, interesting. I find it fascinating because I know. And he says, again, another part of the hi, Laura, the narrowing of what we can do, right, is to, while we're in that narrowing, he says, we yearn for what we can't do, okay? But then as we open back up and we're able to do those things, it wasn't so great. Yeah, it's okay. I don't even need to go back there. I think I've outgrown it. That's the key. When people say, I think I've outgrown it, that's a freaking bonus. That is something that is absolutely wonderful to hear from somebody. Even if you say it yourself, right? It is amazing. It is amazing. Laura says, she's becoming Starlight 2.0. Exactly. That's what it's about, guys. Okay? So as we go through the holiday season, right? And we get into January, and after January 20th, bonus, energy is going to shift big time. New leadership in Washington. And I believe that we'll have new leadership in the Senate on January the 5th. And so that is a good thing. And we can start turning this puppy around and actually having the government take care of us. Okay? And that is something that Spirit wants to talk about too, is that accepting the help and being grateful. Okay? Stimulus checks. Okay? The helping of the government to take care of business. Okay? To take care of us. Right? I think there's a $600 check coming, they said, in probably the first week of January for all of us. And then from then, the Biden administration is going to pump out money like we have it. Okay? Accept that and be grateful and thank Spirit, thank the country, thank the world, right? Because that's what's most important, is having gratitude and being thankful for them giving us what we deserve. Okay? What we deserve. And that's important to understand. Okay? It's not socialism, it's not anything like that. The country's hurting, and the universe knows it, right? Hence why Joe Biden won. All right? And so Laura says she lost four people this month. Many more need to move on. Exactly. It's about, I know, Spirit says it's about paring down your selection so new selections can come. Does that make sense? Right? Getting rid of people that no longer serve you. Because again, everybody's going to be at a different pace, right? Everybody's going to be at a different level of ascension, a different level of actually knowing. And then as you move forward, well, maybe other people don't. Not a reason to kick them to the curb, right? But if they're corded to you, and that's what everybody gets, guys. Everybody in your life is corded to you. It's like an umbilical cord that is corded, that is attached to someplace on your body. For me, they love to get me on my stomach. Okay? They love to cord me on my stomach and cord me on my back. Okay? So again, if you do a Steve Noble meditation, especially like the 15-minute quick rescue meditation, whenever it is, that's an important one, because you can actually dissolve the cords that are on your body, right? And you don't even have to know what they are. Okay? You can just allow your spirit guides and your guardian angels to completely disengage all those cords on your body. Okay, and then as you do that, as you allow that to happen, what happens is more and more is the fact that you become lighter weight. You no longer are accepting negative or critical chimes or bad energy from the people around you, the people that you know. Okay, and little by little they slowly slide away. They slowly disappear, and let them disappear. Friends, family, doesn't matter who it is, right? Yeah. And then when they want to come back into your life, you get the decision to let them do it or not, right? Well, let's have lunch and see. Go get a coffee, whatever, right? That's what's important. Is that if you do that one Steve Noble meditation, that's what's so very, 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 very important. You know, and that's what's good. That's what's really good, right? Is that understanding that once they go, again, Laura said they died. Well, again, God bless them that they died. Okay, because Spirit says, what better way to live, to leave, right? Is to pass. They've done their soul journey. It's time to go, right? And we have to understand, although we are in sorrow and we're in pain, that their life is complete. And many times when I'll be doing a reading and I'll tell somebody that, they'll be like, "Well, that's awfully like cut and dry." Well, it kind of is, right? Does that mean that I'm not sad that my mom and dad died? Of course not. Does it mean that when my aunts died, my uncles died, I wasn't sad? Of course I was. See, but then I was a different person than I am now. See, and I understand he says the lineage, the system, right? So I can take care of myself and understand that, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to get caught up in it because, okay, their journey's done, okay? And what a way, and when we do end up passing, we're usually better on the other side anyway, you know? No more struggles. And I don't know if anybody has seen the movie Antoine Fisher with Denzel Washington and Derek Lane. It's a pretty good movie. And it's about this boy that was put in foster care in Cleveland. It's a true story. And how horrific his life was. And there's a scene in the movie where it's like almost at the very end. And Denzel Washington is the doctor. He's the psychologist. Because this young man who's in the Navy has anger problems, right? So why I bring that up is because of all the loss in his life. He didn't know his mother and his father. Okay, his mother was a crackhead and his daddy was a partier pimp, right? And so again, it was exchanged for drugs and she got pregnant. Okay, he later finds that out. But why I bring that up is his best friend got shot in the head, and it was the only one that loved him. It was the only one that he was there for, that was there for him, right? And he carried that loss until he finally told Denzel Washington, and his life became better. He understood. He let that go. And that's what Spirit is talking about, right? Is that if people pass away, if you don't know the people that bore you, right? If you have all of this energy from the past, you have to work through it. Again, talk therapy is wonderful, but also talking out loud to Spirit, having those conversations, right? And getting the energy out of your body so that the universe can transform you, can move you into the future, can get you ready for 2021, right? And that's the next thing we're going to go into, is not allowing your ego to send you over the edge. I've had more people in the past 2 weeks who are like in flight, right? They are in flight from their lives. They're just like in flight from their jobs. They're in flight from their spouses. They're in flight from their children. They're in flight from just the society as a whole, and forgetting the things that they know, right? Forgetting and being and staying conscious, feeling pressured, right? And I posted something on Facebook today, and I'm going to look it up because I was going to remember it, but you know what? You know me. Sometimes I just can't. And it is right, where's it at here? Do I have it? Because I posted some pretty good stuff on Facebook today. So one thing is 7 chakras for beginners. Check that out. But also, the struggle you're facing is a test you see if you're truly committed to the life you say you want. Bingo. How bad do you want it? The struggle you're facing is a test to see if you truly are committed to the life you say you want. Huge. And I had that in my library file on my iPad. So I must have posted it somewhere sometime, but today it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I sent it to all the people that I've talked to in the last 2 weeks who are struggling with, that's what I want, but, and they're all in turmoil. They're all in flight, right? One woman was so sick, her body was so sick that she was freaking out about the fact that people were saying there might be something wrong with her internally. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, it's all because she's in flight all the time, right? Her job sucks. She's getting ready to change jobs, right? But everything is a question, is never positive. It's always negative. Well, what if they don't give me that new job? What if I don't like it? What if? Well, I think I've said this before. Ego is awesome at keeping you in the place that you don't want to be as a human being because it makes you afraid of your future. Makes you afraid of the new job. Well, what if I don't like that job? At least I have one now. What if I don't like that city that I'm moving to? Because I like living where I live now. What if I don't like that house or that apartment that I'm moving into? It's at least here I know what I'm getting. That's the wrong freaking thing to say because the universe is going to upset that apple cart in a minute. So that is a pretty good thing, right? That the struggle you're facing is a test. It's true. They're always going to test you to see how determined you are to get what you want. Because they know human nature. They know that if they give you everything that you want that is in your soul journey without you working for it, you take it for granted. Trust me, I'm on that one. I'm on that one big time, right? I've had many conversations with Spirit in my incarnation in this thing I'm doing now, right? Where, okay, I've worked so freaking hard for so long, this lifetime and beyond, that I don't understand why I have to work for everything now. Why is it you have to make it so hard? And the answer is because how bad do you want it? The struggle you're facing is a test. How bad do you want to go to Maui, Bill? Well, you got to read your books and you have to do this, you got to do that. Really? Can't you just tell me? He's like, no, because we know you. Hey, Emily. Right? So that's us in a nutshell, right? That's everybody. That's everybody. And for the people that say, I don't know what to do, you do Steve Noble guided meditations, right? If I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling angry, if I'm feeling mad, if I'm feeling scared, if I'm feeling anything, Steve Noble meditations, right? There's one there that will absolutely clear you and the sky will become bright again. But it is ego that stops us from taking care of ourselves. It is ego that stops us. Lower ego is our enemy, right? Does it keep us safe? Is it fight or flight? Yeah, it does. But how often does that happen now, right? Not being chased by the saber-toothed tiger anymore, right? The dinosaurs aren't chasing us, right? So all of those things, it still thinks that it has to save our life. It still has to keep us back. And that's the problem. And that's the problem, see? And so the universe is going to, all right there, Veronica, you have a good night, okay? Thanks for stopping in and watching for a while. I appreciate you. Take care. Have a good holiday if I don't talk to you, okay? So again, making sure that for us, what we have to do is stay conscious. Okay? Don't allow ourselves to stay and think we don't know. Of course you do. Of course you do. And if you don't, text me. I'll tell you. Again, like I told somebody today, and I will read that without letting anybody know. This is exactly what I said to this person. I said, stop allowing fear to use your ego against you. Okay? Talk to yourself out loud. Use the tools to take back your power. You'll be fine. You need to You need to learn everything will be fine. You have to tell yourself out loud, right? It's not as bad as it seems. It's going to be fine. Ego, that's enough. I'm not listening to that because that's a lie. You're trying to get me to be scared, ego. I'm not listening to that, right? And 3 fingers, right? Tapping your chest. Tapping that sternum, right? Ego or spirit, this energy is not mine. You got to take it away. All those little things that you do to take care of yourself make a world of difference in your day, right? Plain and simple. Because if ego can control you from morning to night, it's going to. Who needs that? No one. No one needs that, right? So it's super important to stay as conscious as you can as we go into the holidays, because holidays have good and bad things attached to them, right? Everybody's childhood is different. Parents are different, right? Understanding that whatever you signed up for in your soul journey, you can overcome. It's all about understanding that. It's all about understanding that tomorrow is a new day. And I always thought that was bull crap, right? Yeah, whatever. I'm going to just work my ass off and I'm going to control my destiny. Well, guess what? I did. But I worked like a freaking crazy person as hard as I could. And did I make good money? Excellent money. Did I make a lot of friends? I actually did. Was my company proud of me and my bosses put me up on the pedestal as an example? Yes, and I don't like that, right? Because people don't have the determination that I have. In this position I'm in now, determination does not work, guys. It does not work at all. I have to chillax. I have to chill. I have to let things happen. I got to let things go. I get to attach myself to nothing. Because guess what? In the spiritual world, determination means nothing. Dedication means something, right? Reading the information you're supposed to read. Checking things on Facebook. Checking things on Instagram. Spiritual stuff, right? Right? Yeah. That's what it's about. That's what it's all about, see? But being determined, and I learned this again this year, not putting something on Facebook that I have to every single day to keep people interested. I don't have to do that, right? It's not my job, right? They'll take care of that, right? I give it up to them because I have other things to do. And Spirit told me again this week. He says, once we pick you up and move you to Maui, you'll have 6 months to get situated. And then you're going to need to buckle down and allow yourself, not really buckle down, let me change that, to settle in and be ready to receive the messages from the Lemurians that I'm going to channel so I can write the books, right? And he says, you're going to miss the time in Detroit, Bill. You are truly going to miss the time in Detroit where you didn't have to really do much of anything. It's true. Right? And when I first heard that from him a year and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago or 2 years ago, I was like, oh, I'm not going to miss it. You know what? Well, guess what? I know what's coming. I know, and I'm excited for it, right? A whole new path, a whole new energy, a whole new everything. Will I miss what I don't have to do in my life now? Trust me, I will. But being the person that I know that I am inside, like all of us, right? If you don't know who you are, then you gotta make yourself a list of positive things, and maybe 3 or 4 negative things. But the majority's got to be positive, right? Self-discovery, Spirit says, understanding who you are, and every day finding something else that shows how truly amazing you are. That's important. So I know that once we move, right, and I start to get into the buckle down of channeling for 6 or 7 hours a day, I don't know what that actually means or how I'll survive it, but I know that I will. I mean, now that when I used to do 7 or 8 hours of readings a day, I was busted for 2 days, right? And I understand that it won't be an everyday thing. It will be, from what I've read in the Telos books, that it will be 1 day and like 3 days off, and then 1 day and then 4 days off. that there's no rush to get this information out because it's not yet needed in the universe, on the planet. I just got that, and that's true. And my heart just got big, just exploded, see? So it's gonna be a wonderful experience, right? And I know that I'm gonna be there for the rest of my life with Lee and Bailey as long as he's alive, right? And that's all good. That's all good. And I know that I'll look back at this time where I didn't have structure, where I didn't have much to do but just be, because they're getting me ready for that transformation in Kihei Maui, see? And that's the same for all of us, right? It's to understand that, and to follow, he says. Understand that the journey is not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be. Think of that, right? If you are a workaholic, was I, or a perpetual downer, or don't like yourself, or being happy all the time. Well, people that are happy all the time are not happy all the time. They're just hiding what's going on inside of themselves, which again, 2021, 2022, fourth dimension is going to break open that freaking shell, baby. So now's the time to start looking at yourself and getting to know yourself and understand yourself and things like that. Okay. Okay. So I think that's that. Spirit wants me to promote my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I know that as we move forward, as I get settled in Maui, that a lot of things are going to go on YouTube. A lot of things about what I'm writing, a lot of things, again, what I'm channeling, right? Probably some of the things like this here, but it's going to be more intensive, he says. And sign up for my YouTube channel now if you would, okay? It's Bill Hobart on YouTube. And again, there's all kinds of videos there. There's past Coaching for the Souls. There's some 3 or 4 or 5 minute videos that I did in 2017 when I was really connected to spirit in a brand new way. And it was all about certain things like ego and all kinds of cool stuff in a short little, this is what he wants to talk about today. And it was short and sweet. Okay. So please do that. I would appreciate it so much. And I think that's it. What time is it? Yep. Okay. So thanks for joining me today. Again, if you ever need anything at all, let me know. I'm still doing the special. I mean, hours readings are $60. So, it's $35 off the regular price. So there's gift certificates, right? There's gift certificates for everybody. Buy those. They'll be good when I'm in Maui. Okay. Understand? Again, if you ever need help with anything, please don't hesitate to send me a text. Give me a call. You guys know my phone number. You know my text number, 248-310-7689. If it's Sunday, I may not get back to you because that's my only day off. And I may get back to you later in the day or Mondays, okay? I'm trying to not do that on my day off when I'm with Lee and the dog, okay? We're just doing it. We're just doing our stuff. So I appreciate everybody. Namaste. If I don't talk to you by Christmas, because Christmas Eve is next Thursday, and I don't know if I'm doing a Coaching for the Soul. I don't know if Lee's going to be home or not. If he's home, I won't do one. He affects my energy. Not in a bad way, just disrupts it, right? So I will see you the following week, but I will try to do one next Thursday. So many blessings, everybody. Do your Steve Noble meditations, please. If you need new ones, let me know. If you go on his website, not his website, on his YouTube channel, there's a lot. If you don't really know, send me a text. I will send you some, okay? Catherine, I'm not sure. Depends on if Lee's going to be home or not. So, yeah. So anyway, guys, have a good weekend. Enjoy the cold, enjoy the snow. And I will see you probably next Thursday for Coaching for the Soul, Thursday at 3.